Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to focus on Middle East seed capital investors, and this is a series of videos on investor profiles that are part of my Middle East fundraising database. The guide to Middle East capital includes the following. It has 325 company names, key contacts, the type of business, sectors of potential investment interest, websites, company emails, key contact emails, and key outreach strategy points. And the database will be delivered in Excel spreadsheet format. Some key database statistics: about 185 or 57% of the companies are based in the UAE. 60 companies are based in Saudi Arabia, and 125 companies are either venture capital, private equity, or angel investor groups, so that's about 40%. This is the best database for first-time fundraising in the Middle East. This video highlights Merak Capital in Saudi Arabia, and they are one of 325 venture capital, private equity, and angel groups in my exclusive Middle East fundraising database. Company snapshot: they're based in Saudi Arabia and they're classified as an investment company. Their focus is on venture capital, technology investments, and early stage startups. And their company description is they're a technology investment institution licensed by the Capital Market Authority of Saudi Arabia. Company overview: they were founded in 2018. Merak Capital is a tech-focused investment firm spanning various stages and industries. Grounded in deep tech research, it stays ahead of digital trends, identifying investment opportunities globally. And their mission is Merak collaborates with tomorrow's pioneers, driving technological transformations and unlocking new markets through innovation and an entrepreneurial spirit. The specialization is Merak excels in venture capital, private equity, credit financing, and special projects. They're licensed by the Capital Market Authority. It was established in 2018 by Saudi nationals with extensive tech and investment experience. And here are some of the companies that they've invested in. One of the key features of my Middle East investor database is it also includes the tips for investor outreach. This is the best database for first-time fundraising, and I specifically created it for people who are going to make their first contacts with investors in the Middle East. And you're going to see the spreadsheet a little bit later on in the video. It's going to show that it has principal contacts, their emails, it has the company email contacts, and it also has secondary contact information so that you can actually start to build your own database and enhance this one. For example, if you know who the contact is, part of your email could include: observing Merak Capital's innovations in tech investments. Our venture resonates with your tech forward investment strategy. So you can embed that particular line right into your email body. And the reason for doing this is you do not want to spam these contacts. In many cases, they're very senior. You're talking about CEOs, principals, founders, partners, and depending on what type of company, it could be investment managers. So the whole idea of using this database is to create a database of contacts, and in some cases you can have multiple contacts at each firm depending on what you're looking to market towards them. And if you do not know the contact, I've also included a large amount of the HR contacts, and your subject heading for this purpose could include exploring synergies with Merak Capital, and your key email approach line may include: we have a venture that seems in line with your objectives. Who would be the best person to discuss with? So this is great because if it lands in the email box of somebody in HR, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to send you an email back telling you who you should contact, or they're going to direct your email to another person at the company, and that's a lot better than going in blindly. So this is prepares you for a more efficient fundraising campaign when the time is right, and this is the best strategy for you to prepare for the most important part of your fundraising and marketing, and that's when you really want to go after the funds. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and this is the Excel spreadsheet that includes all the contacts in the Middle East capital database. And as you can see on the very top, we've got 325 companies. We have their country, description of the firm, their main business interests, their websites, and they've all been verified. And of course, this database will be suitable for all of 2024. I also have included their investment targets, 1 and 2 and 3. So those are based on information that is publicly known, information that is on their websites of different investments and types of sectors that they will look at. So again, this database is really meant for people who are building a larger data set of Middle East companies to either approach for funding or to possibly promote their products to, because there's a blend of venture capital, private equity, family investment offices, and investment companies, and high-profile companies in the UAE that are led by UAE nationals. So it's a really great database for companies that really want to get a very good look at some of the key parties in the Middle East when it comes to raising capital. It also has their investment territory, which includes whether they're just looking at either the Middle East or whether they're looking MENA or whether they're looking global. I've also included their key real estate assets. If they're investment companies that tend to look at real estate, I've included those as well in this database. Now, it also has, as far as key touch points, it has their company emails, and in some cases it's not available because they want you to actually submit your details via their forum. But I'll get to the key stats a little bit later on, and you also saw that in the initial slide presentation. Telephone numbers and contact numbers. There are 2 what I call primary contacts, and then there's a third which is the secondary contacts. The key contacts could include CEOs, managing directors, executive directors, and that is the same with the second contact header. You can see operations manager, directors of real estate, presidents, and so on and so on. And the main reason for that is so that you have a senior contact that you can reach out to. You can also check them on LinkedIn to get more details. In many cases, their email addresses have already been included, and I'm going to get to that again when we go to the stats page. And the third email contact tends to be somebody in HR. And the reason I've done that is because this database is very unique in the fact that I include outreach approach tips for each of these firms. There are 2 types. One is a outreach touch point if you know who the contact is. In other words, if it's been already identified by myself, then you could send them a line that I've included here in all the companies. For example, Saudi has a strong track record in urban development in Kuwait. Would you be interested in unique investment opportunity that complements your portfolio? And the reason I include these is to help people write their first letters, and also to show you that you should not be spamming this type of list with just a generic email approach talking about your company and the investment opportunity. This allows you to add a little bit of information about them, so whoever receives it is going to know that you did a little bit of work, and it should not be considered as spam. And the second reason here is I've got contact sourcing outreach approach, and this is if you do not know who the contact is. And this is really key because in some cases you may not have a contact, and this is the perfect way for you to introduce yourself. For example, in this case I put subject request for direct contact with investment division, and then as the body of the email may include, I believe you might be the right person to assist me. We're exploring potential investment opportunities that align with Salia's investments vision. Could you direct us to the person or team responsible for evaluating such opportunities? And you can see as I scroll down here, it is included in that type of line. They're all customized, of course. The same with the ones for the direct contacts that are known. They actually talk about something the company has done, something they've invested in, the sectors, or possibly what their company vision is. And this is really going to help you, especially if you're doing first-time fundraising, or if you just want to save time when it comes to your research for these type of firms. That's what makes this database unique. Another thing that makes it unique is it really sticks to mainly the type of companies that are either venture capital, private equity, investment companies. So there's no fluff in here. There's no companies in here that should not be in here. And that is the difference between this database and other databases that are out there. that talk about investments and reaching out to other investors. For example, there's very little here when it comes to accelerators. There might be a couple of them, but it's not plugged full of what I would call just garbage contacts. These are really key companies that are perfect for reaching out to, whether you're raising funds or whether you want to present opportunities, whether it's real estate, investment opportunities, and the like. So let's take a look at some of the stats. So the underlying stats are there's 470 firms, 340 prime contacts, 90 third tier contacts, and 90 email contacts when it comes to the third tier. So you're getting about 400 and a little over 450 emails, and the total company emails are 275. So those would be info at, admin at, that sort. So that's a really key overview of the database. Again, this is going to be a series where I'm going to highlight each of the contacts. For more information on this database, contact www.dubaiinvestorslist.com. That's dubaiinvestorslist.com. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.